County are looking for a missing man. Curtis Lee Lowe was last seen leaving his home in the Smokey Creek Community on February the 6th. Lowe could be driving in a 2013 silver Toyota Corolla with the silver spoiler. If you see him, you're asked to call the Scott County Sheriff's Office.
Greetings, friends, and welcome to today's reading. Today's reading is going to be on this Curtis Lee Lowe from Scott County, Tennessee. And this case right here is really, I don't even, usually when I go into a case and I read the bare minimums on it, usually I start getting an idea of what I feel like has happened. This one right here, I have no flipping clue. All right, let's start off with Curtis going missing. February the 6th, he's reported missing after last seen leaving his home in Scott County, Tennessee. He's left his home driving a silver Toyota Corolla. Now, March the 10th, there is an article in a Whitley City, Kentucky paper that states the car has been found, or it's been recovered. It's been recovered in McCreary County, Kentucky, not in Tennessee, so in another state. Recovered through a high-speed chase. Now, it's not Curtis driving, but a female, Kendra Bell, and she lives in Stearns, Kentucky. So her and her mother are in his vehicle with her driving, or Kendra driving, and the police try to pull her over because they recognize the vehicle's been stolen, and a pursuit. A pursuit ensues. Okay, I couldn't get that out right. Sally sells seashells by Seashore. All right, so they don't stop. They bail out, and they get away. Well, apparently, if they did arrest her, she didn't stay in jail long, but we'll get to that. But here's the thing. This is all the article says. Now, there's so many questions stemming from just this alone. How did she get his car? How did she, she's in Kentucky, he's in Tennessee. How does she know him? Does she know where he's at? See, there's just so much that goes on with this. But it says, Bell is facing a litany of charges related to the pursuit itself. However, she is not charged with theft of the vehicle. How it wound up in her possession remains as much a mystery as Lowe's whereabouts. Now, this is in a paper, I shit you not.
You know what that means? I didn't think about this before. Sorry to interrupt. She had the keys to the car.
Yeah, she had the keys to the car.
If she has the keys to the car, it's not stolen. If you're in possession of the actual keys to the vehicle, it's not considered
That's not
stolen.
true.
It has to be reported stolen before it's...
It was reported missing.
Just missing.
Well,
she had the keys. They just didn't know where it was. As long as she had the keys, it would have had to be reported stolen better.
All right. Well, it says that Sheriff Phillips told the Herald on Thursday that Bell has not been charged in Tennessee. However, the investigation continues, and Tennessee Bureau of Investigation continues to probe how Lowe's vehicle wound up in Kentucky and how it wound up in Bell's possession. That's it, right? Okay. No information. Just that's kind of insulting to me. If that was wrote about my family member, like in that kind of laissez-faire way, I would be really upset. I really would. I don't think that's appropriate how they wrote that. And what's even more inappropriate is on June the 14th. So like I said, this is in March. So apparently this girl didn't stay in jail long if she did go to jail. And not just that, so there's nothing holding her as far as being questioned about why she's got this car and where this dude is. Because in June, lo and behold, Kendra Bell, 23, was arrested Thursday by Oneida Police Department. She's arrested because the police officer notices a red Jeep backed partially into the woods off a Grave Hill Road. Whenever he gets out and asks her what she's doing, she says she's just hanging out, gives him her ID. And whenever he runs it, of course, she's got a warrant for her arrest, right? Violation of probation. So he tells her she's going to be arrested. I got a warrant for you. And she says she's not going back to jail. So as the police officer attempts to open the door of the Jeep to get her out, she places the vehicle into drive, accelerates, nearly striking the patrol vehicle, and lo and behold, we have a second high-speed chase ensued. You can't make this up. And once again, she comes from McCreary County all the way through to Pulaski County. Both times. And the second time as well, it says, she gets away this time too. She reached speeds up to 90 miles an hour on the 4-lane and allegedly ran multiple vehicles off the road before police elected to terminate the pursuit. So now she's charged with felony evading arrest, reckless endangerment, reckless driving, speeding, 3 counts of violating a traffic control device. But nothing, again, about this Curtis Lowe. So this is a lot of nothing. There's no updates on this guy. There's no, unless it's happened today, there's no suspects, no persons of interest, no one being questioned. It's like, hey, he's missing. Poof, that's it. I know that one reading is not going to get out all that's going on. So I got 10 filler questions here, just to get us started. Just to see what direction we need to go in. And like I said, I don't have a clue what's happening to this guy at all. I don't even have a feeling. I mean, I feel like he's deceased. I will say that, but I don't feel like he's one way or the other, or one place or the other, or that this girl's even involved in his disappearance one way or another. It's just too much unknown. Well, it's not just unknown, because I like to go into a code. I should rephrase that. It's the whole demeanor of the police. I don't know. That's bothered me for some reason. Just acting like it was no big deal. Oh, well, we're just wondering too, just as much as you are, about his whereabouts and how she became in control of this traffic control device. Crazy. This is crazy. Okay. Let's start off with Curtis's state of mind the day he disappeared. This is on February, we're going back on February the 6th on this one. The day that, I'm assuming this is the day he disappeared because the day he's reported missing. I'll put you that way. How about we say that? Alright, to show us the events leading up to his disappearance. Circumstances surrounding his disappearance or how the events unfolded. how Kendra Bell came into possession, circumstances of her having his car without him being present and taking off with a high-speed chase. How'd she come in possession of this car? Any involvement or responsibility on Kendra's behalf in Curtis's disappearance. Circumstances surrounding the high-speed chase that Kendra took in Curtis's car. Why she ran? Why did she stop? I mean, we know it was stolen, but obviously she doesn't care about warrants because she gave that one officer her identification. So why was she running? And just what's the circumstance of that? Her mom being with her stuff is just weird to me. See, revealed to me the perpetrator or persons responsible for Curtis's disappearance. Their motive for making him disappear. Something or hidden or unknown about Curtis's disappearance. Open for the cards. Okay, now the first one was the Curtis's state of mind the day he went missing. Shows a Six of Swords reversed. Six of Swords reversed represents moving into troubled waters. It's jumping out of the frying pan into the fire, feeling trapped, stuck, nowhere to run. It's being involved in a stormy relationship. And it also signifies floods or accidents in water. And since I don't have a lot of information, a lot more puzzle pieces to put together, I'm going to read through a few of these before I start trying to connect them. Because I literally have no information and no hindsight before this. I mean, I really have no clue. So, the second one is going to be the events leading up to Curtis's disappearance, and that's going to be Strength Reversed. Strength Reversed is ignoring your instincts, like allowing like fear of conflict, stopping you from taking any action, or a weakness of will. Weakness of will and stormy relationships. I already feel like that this is a romantic, something that's happened between partners in a romantic relationship. Now, the circumstances surrounding his disappearance and how the events unfolded. Here we go. The Lovers reversed. It's a relationship in crisis. It's betrayal, dishonesty. This being behavior from one partner. It's revelation of lust, materialism, or an addiction of some sort. So, this is how the events unfolded, as the relationship turned sour. Now, I have to say here, I believe that this relationship was not with a female. I believe that he was involved in a relationship with a man. And I don't believe it was a very openly discussed or well-known relationship. Now, the circumstances in regards to how Kendra came in contact with Curtis's car. That's going to be the Emperor. The Emperor is aspected as an older, wealthy businessman with authority. Okay, so somebody give her this car. Somebody's either sold her this car, give it to her, gifted it to her, whatever. But this older, wealthy businessman has transferred possession of Curtis's car from himself to Kendra some way, somehow. So I guarantee you she probably, well, no, I'm not going to say that. But yeah, she received this car from someone else. Kendra's, when it comes to her, any involvement or responsibility that she would have being responsible for Curtis disappearing. That's going to be the justice reverse. That's, oh, so much on this. Here we go. It's being affected by decisions or actions or choices that someone else has made. It's being blamed for something that you don't feel is your fault. However, this card does tell you that if you've played a part, you must be held accountable, that you can't be blaming others. Must go ahead and take your... It also is an indicator of dishonesty. It urges the person in question to confess and just go ahead and accept your consequences. Confess, accept your consequences so you can move on. So what this tells me is Kendra did not harm Curtis. However, she does know what happened to him. She does know where he's at. And she's benefiting, from what I see, she's benefiting, financially or through materialistically, the car. She's benefiting off of his disappearance. Now, she didn't harm him, but now she knows a whole lot more than, she knows where, I would be willing to bet she knows where he's at. And probably who is the one responsible for, his disappearance. So, that right there, Now, when it comes to the high-speed chase that, or the pursuit that she led cops on in his car, or in Curtis's car, that's going to be the Ace of Swords reversed. That shows someone been given misinformation. It's a lack of mental clarity. Shows you making the wrong decisions. That's a little given there. Injustice and bad legal matters. I feel like that, however she acquired this car, that she probably didn't realize that it was going to come back as stolen or come back to someone that was reported missing a month prior. I'm sure she didn't know that it was going to, that was going to come down like that. And I guarantee you, from lack of mental clarity and her and her mom, and then taking off and stuff, that they've gotten a hold of some drugs, a good amount. See, I'm saying she's benefiting off him missing financially and, with his car. Say they went and got him a big old round of dope and had a bunch of dope on them, and the police had them blue lights, and they were like, nope, not stopping. That's what I feel like that is. Alright, let's roll on to the perpetrator. Perpetrator, we've got the Magician reverse. That's trickster. It's someone who presents themselves as trustworthy and loyal, but reality hits. They are users and manipulators, deceitful and greedy. Okay. I feel like that perhaps the boyfriend was this older, wealthy businessman. And like I said, I don't believe this was real well known. And I believe that when it comes to certain aspects of their relationship, that maybe Curtis was a little bit louder than the businessman. Maybe he had not told anybody that he was in a relationship with a man. I don't know, but I just feel like this was Curtis was worth more to this man missing than alive, because this is several things. This is not a crime of passion. This is several things here. Alright, the motive, that's going to be the Ten of Wands. And it shows someone feeling like they've been taken for granted. Problems within a relationship, responsibilities and stress making someone feel obligated, saddled, and restricted. Yep, it got to be too much for him. He didn't, I would say Curtis probably wanted to make it official and maybe get married or whatever. And I don't think this older gentleman was down for that. Something hidden or unknown about Curtis's disappearance. It's going to be 4 Pentacles. It's shows someone that's holding on to situations or past issues that are deep seated, and these issues that are so deep seated that they have to be. You have to process them and let them go in order to advance in life. You'd be stuck in one spot on the hamster wheel if you don't. It's also a card that shows someone whose main forefront is wealth, greed, and materialism. Again, this is the boyfriend. This is the older, wealthy gentleman. He's also benefited. I wonder if there was some kind of life insurance policy or something like that on Curtis, or there's some way income has been generated from this. Now, open for the cards. That's going to be the Nine of Pentacles reverse. That's a male who's an extreme workaholic. He's obsessed with money, power, work, materialism, and image. All back to the boyfriend. This is your perpetrator. Here's where you need to be squeezing. But now this is an older, wealthy businessman with authority, so this might be someone with some pull in Scott County, or somewhere close by. I would say I would be willing to bet this person is probably either some type of judge or a county attorney or mayor or something like that, and he doesn't want people to know that he was in a relationship with Curtis. And Kendra also knows what happened, so I wonder if she's got some kind of ties to this older wealthy businessman. So that's my take on this right now, but that certainly opens up a whole new Pandora's box of, now we need to know who this man is. Thank you for taking the time to watch the reading. Have a great rest of your day, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye-bye now.